Hey everybody, welcome to week 13 of the summer shift presented by Sunsport Recreation. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Blackfalds Bulldogs, and like this video. It is my honor to welcome our next guest, a player that you haven't really got to see a whole lot of, but when you did, he was electric on the ice and he had points in every single game that he played in a Bulldogs uniform. All the way down in Fowlerville, Michigan, Juan Copeland. Juan, great to see you. Other than working out and skating, what have you gotten up to in the summer in Fowlerville?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm from a pretty small town myself, so we like big, loud, lifted trucks. We build them, we have fun with them, so that's kind of what we do. And on weekends, we kind of just hang out and talk trucks and wrench on things.
Sounds like Alberta away from Alberta. So Alberta must feel really at
Yeah,
home for you.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's similar because I can drive 30 minutes being Red Deer, and it's kind of the same thing at home. I can drive 20, 30 minutes be in a city, or I can go back and be in a small town. So,
You know, what's uh
yeah.
what's your summer banger this year then? What are you cranking in the truck on the way to work or on
Oh,
the way to the rink?
that's a good one. I kind of have a mixture between country and rap, but I definitely say this summer I've leaned in on Boss Man D-Lo as a rapper.
Okay.
He's been one that I've been listening to a lot, and kind of any country. I mean, every artist is so different, so the unique styles between different songs, it kind of depends.
Got to get to know you a little bit better because, like I said, we didn't get to see a whole lot of you last year. Unfortunately, your season came to an end pretty early. But you got any siblings, any family in the area down there?
Yeah, so I have two younger sisters. One's 13, one's 9, and pretty much most of my family live in Michigan, remotely close, from 15 to 30 minutes away to now a couple hours away. It just kind of depends, I guess, on the age, because a lot of my older family live more in the upper part of Michigan, but say most of my family's in Michigan and a few little bit in Texas, but not too many.
Nice. And does your little sisters, are they getting into any sports themselves right now?
Yeah, yeah. So my little sisters, they both play softball, they both run track, and they do gymnastics.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's awesome. Last year you sustained some injuries and it ended your season, but you really had an impact with this Black Falls Bulldogs organization when you came over. I gotta ask you, how's the body feeling and are you ready to pick up from where you left off last year?
You say that, but I had a shoulder surgery. That's a 6 month, fully recover. But I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling excited to go into the season, and from where we were when I first got there to watching the boys at the end, it's a lot of improvement, and I'm excited to come in and hopefully be a leader, hopefully be a guy that guys can lean on, and be an impact player.
I gotta say, I love the shirt. What was the decision in picking that bad boy for the day?
Honestly, I think my sister got me this shirt.
Okay.
I'm not completely sure, to be honest. I just this morning I was like, oh, can't show up to the meeting in some dirty work clothes, so I decided just to grab whatever I had and throw it on.
It looks good on you, buddy. Maybe you're the lucky charm the Black Falls Bulldogs are looking forward to seeing back this year for the most
Yeah,
part. Yeah,
hopefully that's
exactly,
the
right?
plan.
It's just maybe foreshadowing what's to come for the
Yeah,
Bulldogs this summer or
yeah,
this winter.
hopefully.
Speaking of the Bulldogs, what do you say your predictions are for this team?
Yeah, no, I think, we were very young last year. A lot of people, looked at it as, oh, they're terrible, they're this and that. But when you go into the junior hockey standpoint of it, when you have a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds, playing against guys who've played there 4 or 5 years in the league, it's a big difference from minor hockey. And that's something I didn't realize until I got a little bit older in the league. And I think, it was all just a learning curve. I think with the young guys that we have, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of skill. And I think the biggest thing is just the mental part of it. Just because, when I went there, I think they had 2, 3 games won. But the record doesn't matter. It's what you're developing as a team. And, at one point, those younger guys are going to become older guys. And I think that's the biggest thing is, bonding together, young and old, because then everyone plays confident. Everyone's, playing together and they know that we've got each other's backs. And I think that's the biggest thing is, we were extremely young and we had guys learning.
And you said a key word in there too, bonding. And this team really has gelled and bonded as the season went on, especially near the end of the last stages of the year. So, is that going to be something where you guys are going to feel good about coming back this year with that chemistry?
The biggest thing is bonding it's a tough thing because not everybody's personalities, collect and go together.
Right.
But I think the biggest thing is, being able to go to the rink and knowing that just because you're not best friends with a guy, there is a bond there that you'll stick up for each other, you'll play for each other no matter what. And I think, with some of the moves and players we brought in, that helped a lot. But I also think from coaching staff and, billeting and, hanging out outside of the rink and doing stuff together is one of the biggest things. And when you get those things going, then you're gonna start seeing people conversate that didn't conversate before, and you're gonna see people be a little more outgoing, be a little bit more of themselves instead of going to the rink and oh, it's a job, it's a job. At the end of the day, it is a job. But secondly, you're there to have fun. You're there to play the game that you love, and you're not supposed to ruin it. And you're supposed to enjoy your time.
Anything that you're looking forward to doing one last time before heading out to Blackfalls?
I guess, the biggest thing would be, catch up with some friends with the last week of my summer coming up. I work a lot in summer. I work pretty crazy hours actually. Plus working out and skating. So sometimes I don't get to see some of my buddies or family or friends that I want to see all the time. So I think the biggest thing, is going out, fishing, doing something, getting a little bit away from, the hockey side and work side and just getting things off your mind before you go into a season.
You said fishing. You're a fisher. Is that your main thing that you like to do in the summer, or what else do you kind of like to get up
I
to
mean,
out
you
that way?
know, I like fishing. I'm not a guy that'll go and fish every day. But I more enjoy the part of, fixing things, putting stuff on vehicles, making stuff loud, like I said before, kind of that thing. But, I enjoy fishing. I don't know. I enjoy doing anything pretty much hands-on.
So if anybody has any car troubles this winter, we know who we can go to. Hey?
Yup,
You're the
right
guy.
here.
All
The
right. I
guy.
love it. Oh, that's good stuff, buddy. Well, you might just be Alberta's favorite bulldog, honestly. You sound like you fit in perfectly here. So that's good to hear, buddy. Thank you so much for taking the time today to chat with us and sit down for a moment to just kind of run us through your life of what you've been doing this summer and also what you're getting, ready for the upcoming season. So thanks again, Juan.
No, thank you guys, and I appreciate it.
Week 13 is presented by Sunsport Recreation, again celebrating 27 years in Sylvan Lake to have all your fun in the sun on the lake in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Check them out at sunsportrentals.com. We'll be back with week 14 next week on the summer shift presented by Sunsport Recreation. Ice cream or slushies for you in the
Oh,
summer?
this is so easy. Ice cream all day. I love ice cream. Shout out ice cream because ice cream is the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, I'm a big ice cream fan. Just don't like chocolate ice cream. That's
Okay.
the one thing I don't like for ice cream.
Wow.
I don't like condiments either. I like it straight up or, sprinkles or whatnot.